All right, this is the final check-in before the tour gets underway on Sunday. It is Wednesday today. We're in Trevino at about 2,000 meters. All the packing's done, all the training's done, and I'm just ready to go. I can't wait. This is those eager moments where you want to go, you're a little bit nervous, and you gotta wait about 4 days and not even run that much. Anyway, here's me out on the course during a couple of my final training runs, just looking at different aspects of the course. I know it really well, so it's easy to visualize the mentally challenging sections of the course, which later in the course are actually just like very gradual uphills. You'll see, check it out, here it goes. So right now I'm walking between the Life Base in Val Tourniche and Magia. And this section of the race, third day, beginning of third day for me, and it's so rough. The gradient isn't too bad, but mentally it's just so hard. It's hard to focus when you're not going up super steep, you're not running, not going downhill. But this is really some of the most challenging mental parts. When you get up here, Magia to Cooney, and then up and over some coal into Oase. It's one of my favorite parts of the course, but by far one of the toughest. And I know personally, Damien Hall got broken here last year. Wasn't pretty. Maybe because it was raining, I don't know. But that does it. It's about Thursday, week and a bit before the tour. Final training run up here at the col down there in Magia. Up over to Cooney and over to Oase. I took this opportunity as I saw Eel Martin had a segment here that kind of goes from col back there to this col. I wanted to cyberbully him, and I think I may have just got it, although it might backfire if I didn't get it. Training's gone well. Excited to put this in the bag. Next stop, just taper, and then I've got one more run on Tuesday for the race, and then races on Sunday. So this is it. And the last days, hey look, they're hikers. I don't understand that. So that's it. That's the last of the vote leading up to the tour. It's Tuesday evening. It's a little bit cold. It's almost 8 p.m. I think I forgot my headlamp. So it's gonna be a dark way down. This is one of the cols that I really enjoy. It's one of those shorter sections between Life Bases, between Gressoney and then Val Tourniche. You get it done, and then once you finish this and you're down into Val Tourniche, you just feel you've broken the back of the race and you're going home. You're going home to Courmayeur. Now this year I have been contemplating my time and what I want to get out of this tour. And with all the adjustments I'm going to make, I think I'm going to aim for something that I haven't even been close to, and that is 68 hours. I think there's about a 1 in 5 chance. So, I run this race 5 times in parallel universes. And one of those times, I think I can get that time. Obviously, a lot depends on the weather, what happens out there. If it's freezing, snow, rain, too hot, whatever, that can all be issues. But I really think 68 is just on the precipice of what I'm actually able to achieve. So that is the goal. We'll see what happens out there. And you know what? Let's tune in and check out what some of my competitors, enemies, friends, let's see what they have to say about this.
It's Tour de Geants time, the race I love that just refuses to love me back.
My expectations for Tour 2024 is to finish first and foremost, having a good time along the way.
Preparation has been pretty good this year. Trying to get some big days in Banal Brechinnog and Snowdonia. Also some altitude tent time, saunas, strength work.
For the first time in 6 years, I did not have a giant multi-day FKT attempt this summer, so I should be coming into it better rested.
I signed up for races that had similar type of profile. So I did a lot of climbs that were 1500, 1700, 1900 meters. So that's going to make it a bit easier during the race to tackle the 12 or 13 or 1500 meter climb.
This will be my first venture around the Aosta Valley. And there's a lot of really incredible athletes with a lot of experience. I'm going to be hoping to tag along with them along the way and hopefully listen to them and listen to my body so I can have a successful race.
My main aim this year is to stick with Gator Reynolds for as long as possible, except this time I sneak away from him near the end, and I'm going to do that by stocking up on as many bad dad jokes as possible.
Ever since he pushed me into a bog 5 years ago, Galen has really had it out for me, so if I could finish ahead of him, that'd be a pretty nice outcome too.
Today my goal is obviously to improve my time, get below 70 hours, and then obviously trying to beat Galen.
Get him really fed up and bored, and he'll just drop back because he'll need a rest, and I go on and beat him.
All right, as you can see, everyone else is pretty excited for the tour. I do have to mention, John, I did not push you into the bog. You ran into the bog and I jumped on top of you right afterwards. And I know it was an awkward moment. We were kind of spooning in a bog, but what can you do? Now, my race strategy this year is, although this is likely going to be race weather, which is awesome. I'm extremely excited about that. Doesn't look like it's going to be hot. I've just checked the weather for Donas, which is the lowest point in the course. Usually it's above 30, can be mid-30s Celsius when I've been there previously. This year it's going to be 22. Start the race, and it goes out too hard usually, but it is important for me at least to stay with the lead pack. I find that extremely, much more engaging, and it's easier to stay in the fight when you're literally in the fight and you have to catch up to the fight. I'm going to be trying to stay in the lead pack as long as I can. Usually I think they're actually going to go out too hard, so I will let them go if that happens. I'm wearing a core sensor, so if my body temperature gets too high, I will stop from there. Really, I think this year, I'm focusing the first half of the race on being able to perform better on the second half of the race. So I've got a whole bunch of shoe stuff, nutrition. I actually made a big breakthrough last year. I'm going to be doing that again this year. So I think those are the main strategies I'm going to be using. And really, I know it sounds ridiculous when you're racing and you're in the fight, but on the third day, it is incredibly difficult to stay focused. So all the things I'm going to be doing in the second day, hydrating, eating more, hopefully, will help me finish the race stronger than I ever have before. So that is the goal. And as you heard, I am going for 68 hours. I know it's extreme. 1 in 5 chance. The altitude was getting to me a little bit. Maybe it's 1 in 10 chance, but whatever, I'm going for it. Another thing that is key to my success, for me to perform as well as I can to my potential, is having the crew dialed. Now, my parents are here again, crew chief Pops, and assistant to the crew chief, Big Mama. She is here as well. So they've crewed me probably 6 times or so now. So they know what they're doing. It's incredibly helpful. We work really well together. Check it out, here they are.
So our role is to support Galen to perform at his best during this race. And to do that, we'll meet him 17 times during the 70 to 75 hours.
I'm here to support Galen to do his best in the race and try and win it, but mostly to make sure he's alive at the other end of this race.
So we do a detailed plan ahead of the race for what's going to happen in each of the 17 stops in terms of logistics, nutrition, and mental support. By having 2 crew, it allows us to continuously keep up with Galen for the 72 hours, essentially without sleeping.
We will do the nutrition momentarily, but let's just work on night kit. So first night, you should be in Balgarench at about 5:30 with a climb and a descent. So let's do the night kit here, night. By morning, you'll be in Courmayeur.
Oh man, look at that difference right there. That's when I was throwing out the new Rousseau.
Yeah, that was bad.
Ages to get to sell it after that.
Friends and family ask us how we go for no sleep for this many days, but the adrenaline's pumping and we actually don't feel we need the sleep. And also, I'm so happy not to be doing what Galen's doing, which is grueling, that I can stay awake no problem for those days.
It's really stressful being a crew because we have to be at every one of those stops, have all of the nutrition and the kit ready to go. And it takes us up to 2 hours to get down the valleys to the next station while Galen's going up and over the hills.
One of the hardest parts in the dual role of crew and mother is that I'm telling Galen how well he's doing, which he always is, stay positive. And the other side of me wants to say, do you want to stop now? Because this race is so grueling and impossible. And as a mother, I would just like to yank him out.
We try and catch an hour here, an hour there of sleep during the 3 days, just to avoid the road fatigue that does build up over 3 days, to make sure we don't drive off these steep mountain roads.
Driving on these roads with cliffs by the side in the middle of the night also keeps the adrenaline pumping. Only go to an aid station and see Galen come running in, full of energy after going over a mountain pass. There's lots to keep us awake.
Well, that wraps up the Trail to Tour. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I will see you out there in Courmayeur on Sunday morning. And if not, I'll definitely see you after for beer, espresso, and gelato. Okay, take care. Good luck, everyone. You can do it. Ciao!